But of course, at times when he chooses to delegate, we will be giving you the details of who is that person, one or two, the president has delegated to come in Fort Portal at Karuzika Palace to celebrate alongside the Toro Kingdom this memorable journey of 29 years. So this is what we are going to give you on your screens for the entire day until we shall wrap up this celebration. With me, the team of UBC is very determined here. The weather is still very, very conducive, and we are very much sure that we shall give you the best of the coverage of this celebration. Joining me is he, one of the sons of this beautiful kingdom of Toro, and he's going to give us a few highlights as we wait for the arrival of the king here at the palace. Good afternoon, Honorable.
Yeah, good afternoon.
And how excited are you to be part of this celebration?
Actually, the reason why I'm here because I'm excited, and not only being a Motoro, and not only being a member of Parliament of Chaka Central Chegewa District, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs in Toro Kingdom. I'm proud of today. We have made 29 years of coronation. That shows there is a big marriage which we have taken now as a Toro. And for us, we are proud with our king because he's a hands-on king. If you could see now, he fulfills the government programs. For example, the 4-acre model. He started these model farms, and the model farms are there. You can see it, you can visit it. That shows that there is a big thing which we have achieved as Toro. We need to empower him, to be with him all the time, even the political leaders, to come and join up efforts together so that we can also support our kingdom. Our kingdom is our identity as Toro. So we are proud of you. Thank you so much, UBC. Thank you, the management, for allowing this function to be covered live. That shows that really we are loved as a Toro. Thank you so much. Whoever has come this side should get the Empower call so that you'll be remembered. And stay here at Choto Hampango tomorrow. There are very many activities here. There are very many people here. Otarugahano Tainemugo. Don't go without somebody who can make you proud to be a Motoro. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable. It's very, very interesting. That's a member of Parliament from Chaka Staff Constituency, giving us very, very brief insights about this celebration. Of course, I just picked a few that you don't leave this place without getting Omugo. Wow, that's very interesting. But it's not part of this celebration. We are here to celebrate with the king because most of us, this generation of the 90s, he is someone whom many of us look at as an inspiration because the fact being that he is young to the extent that at times we feel he is someone who is very capable of leading this generation. At 32 years, he is very young. But the kingdom of Toro, the people of Toro have embraced him, have heed to what he says. The king is leading calls of preserving the environment, making sure that the youth and the children of this kingdom get the better and quality education they deserve. He has been key and instrumental in rallying the communities of Toro to ensure that there is poverty eradication programs. The king has been at the forefront of rallying the youth and the societies of Toro to embrace community programs which are aimed at alleviating poverty. You know, poverty is one of the key problems we are facing as a country, and with such a very youthful leader, you might count on him that indeed the work he's doing here in the kingdom in support of the Queen Mother Best Kebigisha, it is very commendable, and that's why government has on several occasions moved alongside the kingdom of Toro, not only Toro but alongside several kingdoms in the country, because they're doing much groundwork in terms of supplementing the efforts of government, of uplifting the livelihood, improving the livelihood of the communities of Uganda. On your screens, that is a sample of the young boys of Toro Kingdom sounding the trumpets here, which are known locally here as Amakonderi, as they wait for the king himself, His Majesty Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi, the fourth rather, the king of this mighty kingdom of Toro. The kingdom is as old as over 180 years, having been established in the early 80s. This speaks to the journey it is celebrating. As the king comes here to celebrate the 29-year journey, of course, he's celebrating the achievements of the 29 year and over the 180 years, where the king kingdom has been in position to exist. It's not a very easy job, it's not a very easy way where the kingdom can survive all this long, over 180 years. Then the journey of 29 years is also something not very easy. So we shall keep on here until we get you the final celebrations, and that will be when the king arrives here. But with me, I'm joined with one of the youthful societies of this area. Kindly join me here, Honorable. A very good afternoon. And what is there for you to share with us about this 29-year journey of the King of Toro?
Okay, well and good. Thank you. I'm very happy to be on UBC TV. I'm the name of Richard Baguma, commonly known as Kakakamba. I'm the Publications Officer, Uganda Pentecostal University. Uganda Pentecostal University, I can say as of now, we are in the buildings of the Toro Kingdom. So if you go to the roles played by the kingdom, and as far as education is concerned, you can see that the kingdom has seriously contributed much. Because as of now, I can say Uganda Pentecostal University, we have been in the kingdom buildings for some good years. And holding that constant, the kingdom, after signing an MOU with us, the university, they have been helping us here and there. Because on top of that, the Kingdom of Toro has reached the point of giving out scholarships and bursaries to raise people in the education department. And on top of that, I can appreciate the role again played by the kingdom. Second on that, the kingdom has also reached the point of giving some guidance and counseling to students, to runners in different schools. And as you know, the King of Toro is the one in charge of championing the fight against HIV/AIDS. At least I can appreciate the kingdom officials have reached a point of moving it to all areas. And as far as the kingdom is concerned, I can say Toro Kingdom trying to spread the gospel and preach and giving out information so that people, the youth especially, can can try to prevent and control themselves from acquiring the disease, which has become a problem, HIV. And on top of that, you can see they have given that kind of teachings to the youth, to the nation, to the world, how we can fight against this spread of HIV. But as far as education is concerned, Toro Kingdom has contributed much to the study, to education of our young ones, especially we people of Toro and Uganda at large.
Well, he is becoming and making it so long. Not that he wishes to do that, but because he has a lot of history, a lot of attachment, a lot of things to celebrate about this journey of the 29 years. And this is what most of the celebrants here hold onto their hearts, because they have been there. They have seen the king grow with them. Some are very older than the king, but they are very, very, very sure and interested that indeed the king has been at the forefront of leading them along where there was stagnation. Because you understand there was COVID-19. Almost every part of the country was blinking, but the king stood firm, led his kingdom out of this struggle of the pandemic. And indeed, this is where we are. They didn't lose most of their members of the community or the kingdom. So it was upon him and other leaders or his subjects who made sure that they shared relevant information, relevant guidance, and he has not stopped at the COVID-19 era, but he has continued, as you hear from the previous speaker. The king is at the fountain. He is the top of rallying communities to keep safe against various diseases, not only AIDS, but other illnesses in the community, say malaria, say it's HIV and others. So this is what the kingdom has and is supposed to do. And this is why, as I said earlier, that the government of Uganda continue where it needs. They are investing resources, they are giving monetary assistance, they are giving funds, they are constructing roads in different communities of different kingdoms, because these kingdoms are very instrumental in supplementing the government's effort, which is one, to ensure that there is safety of the subjects of every kingdom. There is that much needed assistance in terms of infrastructure. There is education in every part of the country. And some kingdoms have schools, have hospitals, but the government has assisted them in one or two ways. So, as we celebrate the 29-year journey of King Oyo of Toro sub-region, there is a lot of achievements attached to that journey. the king in the previous years. I remember 2 years ago, that was in 2022, I was in this same palace here at Karizuka when the king himself hosted here the American-based Hollywood star, that is Terrence Howard. He was here, and it was very, very rich when the two sat and discussed issues affecting the kingdom, issues affecting the youth of this kingdom. And key about that was how the two entities, the government of Uganda, the Toro Kingdom, and Terrence Howard as an individual, where they can cooperate with the kingdom, where they can cooperate with Uganda in terms of investing in the tourism sector. And Toro as a region, look at Fort Portal City, it has referred to itself as the city of tourism. So this is very, very much very interesting that we are today here celebrating this journey, but of course celebrating the rich diversity this Toro sub-region holds, Toro Kingdom holds, and it is all under the commandership and leadership of the King of Toro. I want to keep you posted and updated as we get a few interviews as we wait for the arrival of the king. But as we wait for that, I'll be picking a few interviews here for some of the celebrants who are here already in Toro at this Karuzika Palace to celebrate with the king. A very good afternoon, sir. How excited are you to be part of this celebration?
Very much excited because we are celebrating the 29th Mpango. So we are very much excited. Yes.
What is there to celebrate with from what you have known from this kingdom?
Because our king is now going on, is now in his kingdom and with all his subjects. So we are all we are definitely happy to celebrate. So we are very happy.
What is there for our youth that they can learn from the king?
If you can see around here, the majority are the youth. So most of the youth are very happy to celebrate with the king. So they are all very happy to come here and celebrate with their king.
Thank you, sir. Well, the youth, there's a take home for you. That's much as the king is a very youthful king. You are there, he is an inspiration to us. So let me speak to these one of our colleagues. A very good afternoon, sir. One word to someone watching you via UBC, that he is not missing anything apart from being here. What are we celebrating today in this 29?
We are celebrating 29 years of reign of King Oyo. Luckily enough, I was here when he was being coronated. And I've been here for the 29 years he has been reigning. I attended his first coronation anniversary and I've been attending up to date. So I'm lucky and happy to be here.
What has changed in those 29 years?
What has changed is the setup, the arrangement. Yes, the setup, the arrangement, the excitement, and we are happy that we are here. Yeah, and we have seen the king grow from 3.5 years old to now the age he is on.
That's the question I was going to ask. Has it been an easy journey?
It has not been easy at all. Yes, there has been a number of challenges. That's why I appreciate the Queen Mother. He has done a lot of great work. Also the president of this country, President Museveni, who has supported and enabled the king to grow. Yes.
Your name is once again?
My name is Kabamba Iguru. I'm a senior presidential advisor and an uncle to the king. Yeah.
Very interesting. He was there, he saw the king when he started this journey as a toddler at 3.5 years. And he's here to witness the celebration of the 29th anniversary of the king. What you are seeing on your screens is the arrival, the entrance of His Majesty, the King of Toro, the Royal Highness Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi the Fourth. He is moving in here to join his subjects to celebrate the journey of 29 years as he reigns this mighty monarchy of Toro Kingdom. He is an inspiration, and this is all what culture calls for. Take a look, take a watch what is happening here on your screens. Enjoy. Well, viewers of UBC TV, the king has already made his way here at Karizuka grounds, or in the palace here at Karizuka. He is accompanied by the Queen Mother Best Kemigisha, the Omugo of this kingdom. And then now that he is here, we are good to go in as far as these anniversary celebrations are concerned. That is the throne he took for the first time in 1995 on 12th September that year, and it is the same date of September 12th, 2024 that he is still reigning on that same throne as the king leading this mighty kingdom of Toro. So as soon as the official programs here kick off, then we shall mute the sound of Robert Onyango and give you the general sound of the main celebrations here at Karizuka grounds in Fort Portal City. We want to pray that the weather continues to be beautiful as it is, because we are in the beautiful city of Fort Portal, which is the country's tourism city. We all celebrate that, and we will give you this coverage until the last dot. We are not yet sure, as I said, on who is representing government, but as soon as that government representative gets here, then we shall give you the images and rather the names of who will that be. But as of now, it is a moment of jubilation, celebration, not only here at Karizuka Palace, but in the entire Toro sub-region, in the entire Toro kingdom, where the king himself is celebrating the 29-year journey as he reigns on the throne. He is a son to the late king of this kingdom, Patrick David Olimi the third, who died in 1995. That is why the king, just 1 week after the burial of his father, was enthroned as the next leader of this kingdom. Can you have the ambience of these men who are blowing the trumpets here at Karizuka?
Okay, Nijabsaba selector Talent Africa with the anthems. Hanyuma ya anthems hanyuma yokusaba turara ziraba nderangana itu anthem.
Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hand. United, free, full liberty, together we'll always stand. Utaomba ulinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuweze kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Kabamba
kusaba.
Leka kusobole ko bundazi maiso ga mukama tusabe. Nitujja kusaba omulujungu abakuba tuyineho n'abajungu. Precious Father, we lift up much higher than anything else on planet Earth. For you're the Lord of Lords, you're the King of Kings. You're the Lord of all. In everything that we do, you're supposed to be magnified. And upon this 29th coronation of King Oyo, we lift you higher and we magnify you. We thank you for allowing us to have this day, as colorful as it is, and we command a blessing. We ask you for the control of the weather and life to continue as we bless you, worship you, and we prosper. We speak healing to those that are sick, and we commend restoration to those that are bruised, that thy name may be greatly glorified. I pray this all in the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. And everybody say, Amen.
Hawawe zaidi. Singa kutamba.
Singa kutamba.
Simba mwebyo.
Konyero ntware.
Tuliba wama.
Nisaba abanyoro bo mukamira bagire turamye ko tugaruka mu bikaro byaitu.
Tuije turamye dakika budakika. Twire mabone go mukama abanyamirwa. Hasigala abaduma bo kakika. Tuliba wama. Tuliba mwebyo. Tuliba wakutamba. Tuliba tulikuna barabe. Pora abandi barukeyo kandi.
Well, on your screens is the beginning of this celebration as the subjects of the king are stepping forward to pay loyalty to him. What is being regarded here in a very local way. It is done in a very local way here, or in a cultural way, as you can see on your screens. Young and the old, all rushing forward to pay loyalty to the king because they believe in him, they trust the kingdom, and they are very, very willing to defend this kingdom at all costs. And that is the signs of the symbols they are showing as they make those vowing messages and speeches, like in terms of showing that indeed they will be there for this kingdom at all costs. Viewers of UBC TV, we will do this until the last calls. As we wait for the speeches, we are likely going to be picking a few interviews. As soon as the official program also kicks off here, then we shall mute this sound of mine and give you the general celebrations here at Karizuka Palace. Thank you for choosing us as the only trusted television network in Uganda, where when it comes to live broadcasts of such public events, we are the #1 TV station. We can't carry on any debate about that, but we are sure you have tested us for almost every time, and this is the best we can give you. So, some subjects are moving in here at Karizuka grounds or palace. Then the king is already here with different dignitaries who are coming across the entire domain. We have people or dignitaries of
the bishop, you're most welcome.
The general public, who are the communities around here. We have the members of parliament. We have senior service chiefs from all the security forces of Uganda. We have religious leaders from all the denominations. We have the politicians, as I have said, from all the political parties wings. So we have even asked the media, we are all here to ensure that the general public, which is not part of this hundreds congregation, then let me give you back to this official program.
Tulahanu kuchaguza empango yomurundi gwa 2009. We are here to join His Majesty as he celebrates his 29th coronation anniversary. But there is one special person that I will request all of you to join me and give a standing ovation in appreciating her efforts that we can now celebrate the 29th Coronation anniversary with our King, His Majesty Dr. Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi IV. And that is Omujwera, the Queen Mother, Best Kemigisa Akiki. Nisaba tuemere tusenyino mukama, tumutere mungale za amani. Let's give the Queen Mother standing ovation.
Olemere hakiki. Nkoburo wabatera hamwandara mtakiri.
We thank you for all your efforts to make His Majesty who he is. Tukusima munakiki. Agutamba twina abagenyi ninja kubasa ninchwaho bake nindangaho bake abasoboyire kweteranizaho kirukino okutukujaguza ekango yawo y'omulundi gwa 29. Twina Isaac Kigozi, Trade and Investment, ogutuli nawe hano. Twina Superintendent SP Amos Nwe Hereza, Officer in Charge for Poto Main Prison. Helen Bawaya Akiki, Officer in Charge for Poto Women Prison. Twina Principal Officer Taiso Andrew, Intelligence Officer Prisons. Christine Kanda, Ogu Ainek Tekerezo Maisoku, Director Royal Guard, Kano E.H. Tahunga is also with us. Twina USA delegation, Twina CEO Olivia Alneyo Hanu, Twina CEO Christian Park, Dutch Korea, now at Hanu. Twina Business Developer Manager Charles Pascom, now tulinawe. Anet Kobsinga Toki, Bunyoro Toro Junction, now tulinawe. Kutamba twina Mr. Andrew Tusubira, Regional Commercial Head, MTN Uganda. Twina Ebo Mwesije, Regional Business Manager, Western Region. Twina Honorable Alex Ruhunda, Member of Parliament for Poto Tourism City, and Director Daj. Twina na Francis Lubega, General Manager Wadaj. Twina Manume John, Head of Security, Mountains of the Moon University, and former Vice Chairperson, Bunyangabo District. Twina former Mayor, Reverend Kint William Hanga. Twina Andrew Adieri Kilozo, nawe tulinawa hano. Twina Omukuru, Kurugambio Kwerinda, Janet Aine, Deputy Director General, Habwa ESO, Rundi External Security Organization. Twina Rashid Kiyimba, Director, Uganda Tourism Board. Twina Naron Kawamara, Vice Chair, Uganda Tourism Board. Twina Kaija James, Executive Director, Kai Group of Companies. Twina former Deputy Prime Minister Tinka Stephen Amoti. Kandi twina radio stations na TVs nyingi zinikuja kuba ni kumanyisa agutamba. Twina Kano Godfrey Chomhendo for Division Commander. Twina Senior Superintendent of Prisons Hashaka Samson, Deputy Regional Prisons Commander, Western Region. Twina Major Benon, Mountains of the Moon Political Commissar. Twina Major Adons Kamukama, Deputy Regimental Commander, 47th Artillery Regiment. Twina Major Sali, Commanding Officer, 16th Infantry Battalion, Muhoti. Twina Omnyoro Isingoma Kusemerewa, Nomchiarawe, Head of Liaison in DRC, Goma. Twina Centenary Bank Team, Namugenyi Mary, Nandera Grace, na Bwetware Francis. Agutamba for now, abo nubona sobora to recognize their presence, abandi ninja kuba ninyongera.
Bona bawenzaire.
Tuli bawenzaire. Hangirizo mkumafuzi. Selector mpahoga some backup nuko sobole kubantu ongeraho ikintu kindi.
Tuli bawo mwebingwa. Tuli bawo amara. Tuli bawo msakazi atanaganjura. Tuli bawenzaire. Tuli bawo msakazi atanaganjura. Tuli bawo ibuza wujyo. Tuli bawo amara. tuli bawo mwebingu ezaire abantu bona batoire kandi ekitinisa kya toro kiloho tulibawo mwebingwa tulibawo omusakazi atanaganjura bigere bisaga mu muhanda tulibawo mwebingwa
antusara nturumika bwangu bwangu habwo bwire akutamba mukasumi kano ikiriza nsabe His Excellency Neil Holder to step forward and introduce the team and give your brief remarks. Thank you so much.
tulibawo enzaire bona bawe enzaire yeri isaza lyaitu ogo wisazo toko ogo wisazo
Your Royal Majesty, Her Royal Majesty, Queen Bess, the Queen Mother, Honorable Prime Minister, the Parliament of Toro Kingdom, distinguished ambassadors, other dignitaries, specially invited guests, the people of Toro. I am His Excellency Dr. Neil Holder, the Special Envoy to His Royal Majesty for International Affairs. I have the pleasure today, Your Majesty, to introduce your guests, amongst them being your Special Envoy to the U.S., to the people of Toro. Your Majesty, I am happy to introduce His Excellency Ambassador Dr. Brian Bull from the City Reach Church, along with his entire delegation. Ambassador Bull, please stand. Kindly join me. Would the City Reach Church delegation please stand? Your Majesty, Her Majesty, I invite your Special Envoy to give a brief remark.
Your Majesty, it's such a blessing to be here. We are grateful and thankful that God has raised up a king that loves Jesus and that loves the Lord. We're grateful and thankful for the Queen Mother and everything you do for the Toro Kingdom. And you are a great world leader, and we are so excited to be here to support the vision of Toro, to see people lifted up, and to see Jesus Christ lifted up. We have your back. We support you. We care so much for you. And we are excited for the next few days, and especially on Sunday for the crusade. We believe many people will give their lives to Jesus Christ, and we'll see miracles, signs, and wonders for the glory of God. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Majesty, permit me and Her Majesty to invite Ambassador Keith Smith from the Tabernacle of Praise Church in Texas. Ambassador. Brief remarks.
His Royal Majesty, King Oyo, Her Royal Majesty, Queen Mother Bess, it is our extreme honor and privilege to be a part of this great celebration, your 29th year reigning as King. I thank God for His mercies and grace upon you all, upon the Toro Kingdom. I pray that God's continued favor and prosperity upon your reigning, and that your legacy will continue in unity. May God richly bless you. It's our honor to be here from the state of Texas and Tabernacle of Praise. We love and appreciate you all in all of Toro Kingdom. May God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Royal Majesties, I would like to acknowledge the presence of His Excellency Ambassador Holland. Could you please stand, Ambassador? Thank you, Ambassador. Your Majesties, please permit me to invite someone who is not a guest of Toro, but now a very stable and staple part of Toro Kingdom every year. I invite Her Excellency Dr. Iyanka Rodriguez to stand. Your Excellency. Thank you. Your Majesties, from the United Kingdom, I invite Reverend Carr to stand to be acknowledged. Reverend Carr, where are you? There he is, Your Majesties. Reverend Carr, could you please make your way here? Yes, Your Majesties, as you know, Com Church is a special partner to Toro Kingdom. I invite you, Reverend, to greet His and Her Royal Majesty.
It is a real privilege and a joy to be here on this special occasion, and I greet you on behalf of my pastor, Julian Richards and Sarah, and on behalf of MCWE and Living Hope Ministries. Thank you for the work that you are doing, for your vision, your youth, and your determination to see this kingdom flourish.
Thank you, Reverend. Thank you. Your Majesty, I have two special guests. They're very familiar to yourself, Your Majesty, but not to the kingdom. This is their first time. I invite Pastor Clement, David, and Cindy. Could you please stand to be acknowledged? Thank you so much for loving His Royal Majesty, Her Majesty, and Toro Kingdom. Your Majesty, we have another special visitor today from Kenya. We want to acknowledge Pastor Mwangi Beatrice and her husband. Can you please stand to be acknowledged? God bless you. Thank you. Your Majesty and Her Majesty, I have the pleasure of also introducing to Toro Kingdom a couple that is very familiar to yourself and Her Majesty. I ask Pastors Gina and Jimmy York to come forward. Could you please join us here? As they're making their way to speak to His Majesty, I would like to inform you that they're both coming from the state of Georgia in the United States of America. Pastors York. The microphone is yours.
Good afternoon, Your Majesty. Good afternoon, Queen Mother. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your very special day. We congratulate you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of the Toru Kingdom in helping your vision come to pass. May the Lord bless you and keep you and make his face shine upon you all the days of your life.
Your Majesty, Queen Mother, thank you so much for showing your grace to us today and allowing us to come and speak before you. We pray the blessings upon the Lord upon you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to ask all United Nations peace ambassadors who are with us to stand to be acknowledged. All Excellencies, thank you very much for your support and your association with the Kingdom of Toru through His Royal Majesty the King and Her Royal Majesty the Queen, our Queen Mother. I also want to acknowledge the pastoral delegation of King's Palace Church while I'm here. Could you please stand? Those of King's Palace Church from Kampala. Thank you. Your Majesty, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge Bishop Dr. Moses and the pastors of Fort Portal at this time, those who are engaged in bringing your royal crusade to fruition. Could you please stand, pastors? Thank you very much. Your Majesties, I bring greetings from my mom, who was here yesterday, but she's a bit unwell today. But I bring you her greetings and special blessings. I'm obliged, Your Majesties.
Hangiriza kutamba, hangiriza mwebingwa, hangiriza gurulyera, hangiriza kituli kinobera benu. Bona bawe nzai, bawe wamara, bawe msakazi atanaganjura, tuli bawe nzai.
Akutamba empango ya 29 ebeire empango yembaganiza muno kantsima mukama ruhanga kukifora yembaganiza mulingo guno otungira abagenyi bayingi kandi kisemerire ngu omanye baro. Akutamba nyina list nja kulengaho kusoma ninda kya twina Madam Monica Karungi RDC Kyegegwa District ogu akozero mulimo mwingi kandi omukoto habo bukama bwatoro. Twina Father Bernard Bitekerezo Parish Priest Butiti Parish. Twina Bishop Kyalgonza Sebastian Christ Bible Church na Tete Kampala. Twina Pastor Florence Kyalgonza na Tete Kampala. Twina Father Isabrie Emmanuel Kruga Charusozi Catholic Parish. Twina Victor Athura Rali Catholic Diocese of Broken Australia care of Butiti Parish. Twina Bumali Tubale Lindi weitu olhandikire kundi na Kruga Kyegegwa Town Council. Twina Assistant IGP Uganda Police Force omwibara lya IGP omukuru Bamunoba Ubaldo alineito hanu. Twina RPC omukuru Bwire Joab SSP. Twina Deputy RPC Nisima Godfrey SSP. Twina SP Kisubi Andre ogu DPC CPS. Twina OCCID Nachibad Harriet nawe tulinawa hanu. Twina the PRO omukuru Vincent habwa Uganda Police Force Rwenzori West. Tuina the Vice Chancellor Uganda Pentecostal University Professor Pelusi Ntambirweki nawe tuli nawe hanu. Tuina Judith Mukidi, Woman Representative Patriotic League of Uganda, representing Omukuru Michael Nwagaba Toyota. Tuina Professor Edmond Kagambe, representing the Vice Chancellor Mountains of the Moon University. Tuina Mrs. Rosalind Sally, Dean of Students Mountains of the Moon University, naba members of Mountains of the Moon University nabo tuli nabo hanu. Tuina obukwenda kuruga hali Honorable Mama Wabana, State Minister for Local Government, Honorable Victoria Businge Rusoke Atwoki, na yetonda mutasoboire kubaho habwokuba agenzere kuzika kisoro omumaka gabanyubo mukago abayira abatasobora kubura kutabaho. Tuina Uganda Tourism Board staff, Uganda Tourism Board staff and Board of Directors tuli nabo hanu. Tuina Uganda Wildlife Authority Kibale National Conservation Area Chief Warden tuli nabo hanu. Tuina Honorable Alex Ruhunda MP Fort Portal Tourism City. Tuina Honorable Linda Irene MP, Woman MP Fort Portal Tourism City. Tuina Honorable Stella Kemgabu, Deputy Speaker Kabarole District. Tuina Honorable Kabajwara Margaret, Secretary for Gender and Tourism Fort Portal City. Tuina Honorable Tomu Bright, Kuruga Omchegegwa, tulinawe hanu. Tuina Businge Emmanuel, Deputy RCC Fort Portal Central. Tuina Ariho Moses, Deputy RCC Fort Portal North Division. Tuina SSP Nisima Godfrey, Deputy RPC Rwenzori West. Tuina Brigadier General Mbaine Julius, Assistant Chief of Defense Intelligence and Security CI, nawe tuli nawe hanu. Habwa hati kambe ngarukiraho nyete orubazo rundi nuko recognitions ziragumizamu mpora mpora. Ko kumukimanya ngu nindenga ukora cyone kirikusoboka kurora ni manyisa rukira abaseijo mukama ngo mukitinisa cyawe iyo anyakwehereye kwija kujaguza nawe oroho ninja kuguma ninchwaho bakebake baitu nebindi nibigenda omumaiso.
Tamba hangirizo mwebingwa hangirizo wamara hangiriza kituli kinobera be tulibawe nzaire tulibawe mwebingwa
ime mpango agutambe bayire mpango yembaganiza habo kuba abali hano bayingi kandi bona ninja kora cyone kirikusoboka mbasomo manye ngo baro. Tuina abana bengoma ababito n'ababito kati. Tuina nyino mukama wempeka mirembe Patrick wa Marakiki and former RDC. Tuina presidential advisor
ahangiriza kutamba
Misachi
ahangirizo mwebiyo
Adieri. Tuina the uncles and aunties of His Majesty the King. Please stand up for recognition. The aunties and uncles of His Majesty the King. Matero Munga, let's give them a round of applause.
tulibawe nzaire
Ya mukasumi kanu munyikirize no kwebundaza nyete umuhikirwa waitu ukama bwa toro Amot Steven Kiingi eije asobole kuhayo orubazo nuko hanyuma yeki nabwo ndayongera ndange ebindi ebimpayirwa kuranga.
hangiriza kutamba hangirizo mwebingwa hangirizo mwebingwa hangirizo mkumanfuzi agutamba omukama
Dr. Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi wa Kana omujwera akiki nyino mukama akiki musuga ba minister kuruga mu government ya hagati abamyoka bange abakurasi mu rukurato rukuru orwihanga wekitinisa rwigi amagatwa abakuru b'amadini abajwara kondo abana b'engoma abagenyi baitu abarugire mu bukama bwa Bunyoro Kitara abakuru b'ebitebe ba district ba RDCs enganjani zaitu kuruga enseri ya mayanja enganjani zaitu kuruga mu bitongole bitali bimu ensinganto emyenda ya toro inywena nimbara mutya mu ibara eryo muhendo erya Yesu Kristo kandi kunu kutabarukya agutamba rukira abasaija omukama waitu agutamba onyikirize nkutabarukya empango eya 29 kwiha okujumura engoma y'abaswenkuru ntabarukye omujwera akiki nyino mukama akiki nyino mukama abana b'engoma n'emyenda ya toro yona habwe mpange eno ya 29 hangiriza kutamba ninyongera kusima kutamba habwo kwikiriza ijo empango ekatoma na kiro kino kusinga ombatungwa bawe kandi no kwinura kutangira kutamba agutamba onyikirize omulingo gwembaganiza ntangirira omugenyi omukuru ba minister ba government n'abakurasi b'orukurato rukuru orwihanga abasoboire okubahanukiro kino nkimanyire kurungi muchumba itukire kandi mwayechwamu ebichweka habw'okuferwa mugenzi wanyu wekitinisa Sara Mateke anyakubaire Minister of State for Defense kandi woman MP wa Kisoro arikusendekerezebwa kaire kanu nyakabingo Kisoro mukama amuhumuze mirembe agutambo onyikirize nyongera okutangira n'abagenyi bandi bona abali mu mabone gawe na muno banu owekitinisa katikiro atenyi byakutaga n'ababito ba Bunyoro Kitara abali hagati y'omulitwe
hangiriza gutamba hangirizo mwebingwa
engabwa kuruga mu bukama bwa Buganda speaker w'orukiko owekitinisa ali wano simirira ko sebo bakulabe
hangiriza enzaire hangirizo mwebingwa
owekitinisa Patrick Luaga speaker w'orukiko rwa Buganda kandi aizire mu ibara lya Prime Minister wa Buganda owekitinisa Peter Charles Maiga owekitinisa Mariam Mayanja Nkalubo Minister wa Buganda alukujunanizibwa ebintu bya agenda rundi ebyo bulungi bwansi n'abandi owekitinisa Samuel Sempebwa member wa Buganda Lukiko hamu na okay engabwa kuruga mu bukama bwa Buganda abomba mazire ba bishop n'abakuru ba madini nywena n'abandi bona aba abayizire kuba hamukoro guno ekiro kino. Abagenyi abanyakurugire enseri ya mayanja na muno America. This is a special invitation for our visitors from the United States of America. You are most welcome for this occasion today, and your being here is a great honor. Engabwa za makampuni n'ebitongole ebya gavumenti n'ebitali bya gavumenti, amagatwa, ruigi, abakurasi n'abamasaza abasaza bawe, ensinganto haroho abegi ba university abepakire kuruga Kampala hamu n'emyenda ya toro inywena abali hano kiro kino kuno kusima agutamba onyikirize nkusime habo buhabuzi bwawe oburungi kutekaniza empango enu kandi ninsima n'obunjwera akiki nyino mukama habo buhabuzi bwawe akiki na byona ebyokozire mu kutekaniza empango enu
ogunda akiki.
Nyongere nsime ebitongole n'abantu banu habo obukonyezi batuhaire agutamba Ministry of Tourism, MTN, Microfinance Credit Support Center, Uganda Tourism Board, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Uganda Breweries, Centenary Bank, Uganda Revenue Authority, Uganda Revenue Authority, Uganda National Drug Authority, Move It Products, Chief of Defense Forces, Chieftaincy of Military Intelligence, I think the name has changed these days, Toro Military Group, Toro Parliamentary Group, na muno owekitinisa Atenyi Butime, owekitinisa Kafuzi Jackson Arali, owekitinisa Alex Ruhunda, chairperson wabo, owekitinisa Faith Kunihira, Chief Whip wabo, owekitinisa Tom Bright.
Tulibawe nzaire, tulibawe mwebingwa, tulibawe wamara.
Sprouts of water nebitongole bindi byona kutamba. Ninyongera kusima magatwa gawe agutamba ba Deputy Prime Minister owekitinisa Ngabo William Kwemara, owekitinisa Abwoli Nyakake na magatwa agandi gona.
Hangiriza gutamba, hangiriza mwebingwa.
Baitu agutamba ninsaba itwena tusime igwatwa liyawe owekitinisa Beyeza Abwoli Tito na team ya Uganda People's Defense Force UPDF omuwikemu bajanjabire abantu 137
hangiriza gutamba, hangiriza mwebingwa, hangiriza wamara
agutamba obukama bwawo bwona baburabiremu bajanjaba batungwa bawe bakaba Kyenjojo Hospital, Kyegegwa Hospital, Rukunyu Hospital, Ntara Health Center 4 Kitagwenda, Kibito Health Center 4, Kalugutu Health Center 4 na Fort Portal Regional Referral Hospital. Nitusima Town Clerk Fort Portal City na health officers, Director Fort Portal Hospital, DHOs, CAOs, medical superintendents, doctors in charge na abakozi abandi abakwatisanize na timu yeitu kujanjaba abantu abo. Naiwa gutamba kusima ngu hakiro kya mazarwa gawe Butosa habaho surgical camps yo kujanjaba abana abaino obulema kandi hampango habehoga medical camps zo kujanjaba buli muntu. Abamasaza bawe agutamba bakozire kikoto kukunga abantu omumpira gwa masaza. Omubyo bwomezi na muno medical camp muno medical camp hoire baroho hanu mu mabone gawa agutamba. Nisaba bamasaza mwimuke agutamba abarole. Omugalisha kitagwenda omuhukia kibale omutaizibwa kyaka omuhenda burashya omunyaka bunyangabu
tulibawenzaire
omukumbya ntoroko
muhike
omutalesa mwenge south
tulibawo mwebingwa mweka musango mtasorora muramyirukira abasaija tulibawenzaire
omuhabura mwenge north
tulibawenzaire
no mtasorora Fort Portal City
tulibawo amara sound check sawa
agutamba ntongera kusima Salt TV ntusima BBS Telefina ntusima radio zaitu ezatoro n'abanyamakuru haboku tukora omulimo mulungi kularanja iraka no kumanyisa abantu empango enu eyo muhendo ya 29 agutamba nitusima Mayor Town Clerk Fort Portal City habwa tukakolagana nawe habwa Clock Tower tukekora design nekitongole cha Capital Outdoors bajikiriza kurungi buli muntu weno waizire Fort Portal kiro kinu atangirirwe ntale nkoto muno kandi esaha egi buli saha emu enyenchakara nesaha musanju hamu nesaha eyo mukairirizi emu nezine ekizina kyobukama bwawe bwatoro
ahangiriza gutamba ahangirizo mwebingwa
nitusima district local governments habwenkoragana nungi n'obukama agutamba kawo bakatusindikira kawo bakatusindikira ba district education officers n'aba inspector twahanura nabo nkoku turamanyisa ensinganto mu masomero kukwatagana n'obukama n'okubegesa engeso n'emirwa yeitu y'obukama bwatoro bakao bakongera batusindikira ba community development officers nabo twahanura nabo kandi ba CDOs bakaikara mu rukurato rukuru nka ex officials agutamba ntakamalirize ninsaba abantu bano abantu abalizeho kandi bali hagati muri twagutamba omujwara kondo wa Bunyoro Kitara omunyoro Kabagambe Kalisa
hangiriza gutamba hangirizo mwebingwa hangiriza wamara
ninyongera agutamba mabone gawe twina ayali omuhikirwa ayali mu miyoka wo muhikirwa tinka moti kaliba atenyi
tinka amoti
etinka moti hamuna kaliba atenyi obaraba baroho bemere
sito mujaguzi hangiriza kutamba hangirizo mwebingwa
kandi mu mulingo gwembaganiza kutamba ni saba kutangira Elizabeth Akiki Bagaya princess
tulibawe nzaire tulibawe mkumanfuzi tulibawe msakazi atanaganjura tulibawe Iguru Rukidi
kumalira agutamba tulinzira omuranga n'obuhabuzi bwawe obwakiro kinu n'okwabutosa obu nituhondera entegeka yawe ya vision 2045 agutamba ninyeraganiza n'amagato agona n'abamyoka bange n'abamasaza kukora obucweka ihembe kutwara obukama bwawe omu maiso n'okwekambisa abatungwa kukora n'amaani baruge mu bunaku kandi basobole okuba n'obwomezi oburungi. Habwo kukonyera amasaza agutamba nitugenda kwijuza ebikaro ebyabamagombora nk'oku waragire mu rukurato byolekerwe mu Coronation magazine etukozere nuko baleke kuhendeka bonka omukukora emirimo yabo agutamba. Agutamba n'obuturaba tukeinamu kutalabanizibwa nitwija kukora obukama bwine entashya erukumara nuko busobole kwemerezaho bwonka. Tuli mu tourism city, Fort Portal tourism city, twina kujihamu ebyo mugaso bingi okutashya nk'obukama n'abantu bawe. Twine kukora abatungwa bawe abali mutoro n'abali Kampala n'ebicweke ebindi ebiri mu diaspora nibyeyongera kugonza n'okujumbira entegeka z'obukama bwawe agutamba. Hangiriza agutamba hangiriza omwebingwa
hangiriza enzaire hangiriza Iguru Rukidi hakyaro nyamunyaka
agutamba nibyo bigambo bitubali byange bindeserikiro kinu hangiriza agutamba hangiriza omwebingwa hangiriza omukumanfuzi
tulibawo wamara
hawawe nzeire hawawe kasura banyunyi hawawe msakazi atanaganjura agutambo nyikirize hariho abana abato hano abarikwenda gira nk'oku bayoleka kusemererwa kwabo nibajaguza naiwe empango y'omurundi gwa 29 ninsaba obayikirize nuko eki okutahwa agutamba nyina list ey'abantu abagenyi bawe baingi kandi nja kusaba onyikirize ngisome habwokuba basemerirwe kandi berekeseze byona baija bajaguza naiwe kakuba ntabasoma okamanya ngo baroho nikisoboka kugenda bashiyemere hawawe nzeire hawawe mkumanfuzi tulibawe ntale ya karuzika
tulibawe mwebingwa nibahaya abojo ngoholigwa niho baligwa olemere hakutamba ngolemereho mwebingwa ngo bawe wamara bawe tulikinobera bembe tulibawe wamara tulibawe mwebingwa tulibawe wakutamba tulibawe wamara tulibawe wamara pora bisikika barubata abisiki murabeho pora mu maziri tulibawe nzaire hangiriza kutamba hangiriza omwebingwa.
In ancient times when kingdoms rose to power, Toro stood tall in Uganda's hour, founded by Kaboyo, a brave and mighty soul, a dynasty born with a story to unfold. Through centuries passed with strife and strife, Toro endured a testament to life. Kings and queens with wisdom and might led their people through day and night. From Omkawa Kasakama to Shebambe's reign, Toro's history is a story to obtain, of struggles and victories, of trials and fame, a kingdom's legacy etched to the flame. The Omkama's palace, a symbol of might, a place of wisdom where culture takes flight. The Batebusi and the Wachwezi are people of old, with customs and traditions worth more than gold. May Toro's spirit forever stand, a beacon of hope in this land, guiding generations yet to come, a kingdom's legacy forever won. So let us celebrate this beautiful land with a king who lives with a gentle hand. May Toro's beauty forever shine so bright, a kingdom's forever won and love takes pride. We work with smile, we work together hand in hand, in Toro's food and factory so grand. We plant and harvest, we build and create, we make our Toro proud, it's our fate. What makes our people poor? Unemployment. What makes our land poor? Unemployment. What makes our youth poor? Laziness. We work with smile. We work together hand in hand. In Toro's fields and factories so grand. We plant and harvest. We build and create. We make our Toro proud. It's our fate.
His Highness King Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi IV, the king that I admire most in the whole world. Queen Mother, royal family, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. Today marks a significant milestone in the history of our great king. We gather here to celebrate the 29th coronation of our beloved king, who has sacrificed his life to the service of Toro people. Over the past 29 years, His Majesty has demonstrated unwavering commitment to the development and prosperity of Toro, with visionary leadership which has transformed our kingdom's leadership, fostering economic growth, promoting cultural heritage, and enhancing the well-being of our citizens. His Majesty, you have been the wind that has blown the clouds of despair, bringing sunshine to our land. But I must say, the journey has not been with its challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, our land is no longer facing pandemics of diseases, but the habits of our people are pandemics too. Like a wild beast, HIV is eating up our land. Our Toro people today, certain questions need answers in order to put our land right. Question 1. Why should we educate a generation that is going to die of HIV in the meantime? 2. If we are actually pointing fingers, who's responsible? 3. What about sugar daddies and mummies roaming around streets to steal and confuse our children? Who is responsible? 4. What about us young children learning about our culture and norms? Who is responsible? Ladies and gentlemen, we can no longer shy away from such questions. In the year 1937, King Rukidi I, who went to meet the ancestors, said, "Let us build a strong foundation to people." Personally, I admire becoming a children's ambassador. Maybe one of the ministers or even prime ministers one time. Making me a children's ambassador will allow me to teach children about the beauty, culture, and norms of Toro, since they can easily trust their fellow children. I remind Nasasra Jimasi, from 4TV Media Club. Long live our king, long live our kingdom. His Highness, as Media Club, we beg you to come, we beg you to take a group photo with us. Hangirisa mkamoe, hangirisa hangirisa mwebi, hangirisa kasura wanyuni.
Kulubao Zaire, bema bawa mwebingwa, emitiento, nikyo kibira ekyanyentya. Tulibao mwebingwa, muhike mumabone, muramye, mukamugaruke kyeni manyema, mugaruke. Mwebana batobata. Tulibao Zaire, tulibao mwebingwa. Bana bakozira mulimo gw'amaani, nekitinisa nyamwingi, tulibao amaani. Abaseke babyina batiza amajjo, tulibao amaani. Bana batendekerwa kurungi kalicha.
Okay. Abawenzaire
omukama hangiriza.
Hangiriza iguru lyera. Hangiriza omusakazi atanaganjona. Tamba ko kunkusabire onyikirize sobole kusoma abagenyi bawe abakweteranize okujaguza empange no bataruga hano bashemere. Tuina honorable Kamukama David MP Bunyangabu, tuina chairperson Kabarole district Aboki Richard Rwabuhinga, tuina nyino mukama kurugo mukama wa Bunyoro, tuina omujwara kondo oweki atenyi Kalisa, tuina Dr. Ali Bakiza Emmanuel chairperson board of directors Microfinance Support Center Limited, tuina former speaker for Poto Municipality Gilbert Kayondo, and Murangi Richard Impagi, tuina His Worship the Mayor Entebbe, His Worship the Mayor Entebbe, ninja kusaba dikire jankonyere. I will have to repeat and read this very clearly. Hakubo mkono.
Tulibao Zaire, tulibao msakazi atanaganjura.
We have the LOC5 Kibale District, Honorable Peter Banura, Mayor Hoima Oil City, His Worship Brian Kaboyo, tuina Sharif Nsamba, CEO Nonda Coffee, tuina Ibrahim Kasami, CEO Security Link, ninja kusaba weitu Ntunga Mabaraga, His Worship the Mayor Entebbe Kurungi, nukusobole to recognize your presence.
Bona bawe Zaire, Hakiaro Nyamunyaka.
Tuina International Justice Mission Butamba, tuina tuikirize Sharon, Senior Manager Advocacy and Community Engagement, Emmanuel Emwamu, Regional Manager Western Uganda, tuina Bosco Omara, Coordinator Investigations Law and Enforcement, tuina Jubilee Shantsa, Executive Assistant to the Country Director, and Banu Nubagutamba abakwatanize nabo kurora tukesha obomukiro omumaka kuletaho amaka kwa hukana tukusima muno weitwa Butamba na mpange hoire bakabaneyo. Tuina Canon Dr. Ruth Senyonyi, Chairperson Board of Uganda AIDS Commission, partner of Toro Kingdom, tulinawe hanu. Tuina Movid Products Limited, Bebembirwe Robert Kitenda, Head of Communications and Corporate Affairs, on behalf of Mr. Simpson Birungi, atasobeire kubahanu, beitu nibasima enkwataniza. Tuina Oweki Patrick Lwanga, Speaker Buganda Lukiko, Rwiziro mwibara lya Prime Minister. Tuina Wekitinisa Maria Mayanja, Kalbo Minister for Bulungi Bwansi. Tuina Wekitinisa Samuel Sempebwa, member of Buganda Lukiko, newe tukusima webale kuija kweterenezaho Agutamba. Agutamba tuina ba chairpersons LOC5 bona barukuruga omu bukama bwawe kandi baine kika nibasaba bahike mabone gawe barani. With your permission agutamba inkusaba abebembezi baitu abo bahiko mabone gawe. Achia paso 0C5 ni basaba mujwambure habobire na lisi ya amani hano indukusoma.
Tulibawenzeye simo mwebingwa tulibawama tulibawa musakazi atanaganjura tulibawa kutamba
twina abebembezi inywena abebyendema abebembezi inywena abebyendema ni saba ba honorable members of parliament ba meya urubuga rwa Fort Portal na ba meya zabandi hano natungi bara Ombutongole Meya Entebbe Fabrice Rulinda, your worship, thank you for joining His Majesty on this 29th Coronation anniversary. Our members of parliament, Inywena, Right Honorable Speaker for Porto Tourism City, His Worship the Deputy Mayor, Kenneth Kaliba, please step forward. Paul Agaba Owamunu
aliyo amatumu n'ebitara byarukira abasaijo mukama mbavu.
Reproductive Health Uganda Executive Director, you are most welcome. Care Uganda team,
Desire Care International.
Woman MP Honorable Linda Irene Inabarongo no mnyoro wawe
muhike mabone tulibawe mwebio tulibawe nzaire omusakazi atanaganjura
niongera kusimo mulingo gwembaganiza. We have our Lord the Bishop of Rwenzori Diocese. Amot, we can't thank you enough, but we will always thank you and pray for you. A round of applause for our Bishop. Twina Dr. Pastor K.L. Dixon, CFC, Twina Bishop Apuli Sanyu, CFC, Twina Bishop Ibrahim Msinguzi, Uganda Pentecostal University International of Uganda. Nywena tubasima mwebale kuija. Twina team kuruga mu Uganda Breweries Limited, backup selector. Twina Andrew Kilonzo, Managing Director, Catherine Ndugu, Marketing Director, Twina Saboni Shila, Corporate Relations Director, Eunice Waweru, Finance Director, Doris Kagaje, and Matilda Babuleka, bona bali hamna hiyo hanu. Twina Mugume David habwa emanzi za Kabaleka kuruga Bunyoro Kitara. Twina Association kuruga mu West Nile Community kwikara mbuka mawawa kutamba ne kugondeza kandi ne kutabarukia habwe mpango yawe ya abiri na mwenda. Twina Miss Uganda UK from London, Faith Rusoke na walhano. Hanyuma agutamba twina ba influencers abana bawe batoro abatungwa bawe batoro bakozera umurimo gwa amani, and Sheila in a special way tukusima for the job well done. Twina Head of Security Fins Medical University Kawa Livingstone newe tukusima webale kubaho. Hanyuma agutamba emikolo enu omukolo guno gw'empango ya buri na mwenda guli live at TV West, twina Sky TV, twina Bukede TV, NTV, NBS, and in a very special way tusima Pastor Bujingo habu omulimo okubatukolira akasumi kona na Salt TV. Twina Daily Monitor, twina UBC TV, twina Voice of Toro, twina KRC Radio, twina Jubilee, twina Hits FM, Fort TV, Life FM, hamuna Bright of Chegegwa. Agutamba Life FM turubasire nayo omumpaka zompira ogwa Toro Kingdom MTN amasaza cup omasaza gona mwenda kandi na hati omukoro guno guli live a Life FM hamu na Bright of Angiriza Iguru Rukidi, angiriza omukumafuzi, angiriza omusakazi ataganaganjura. Abo nuba abantu abamu wita kutamba abatwinaho nabwekyo nyikirize ntekeho one performance nuko item endi enkuru ekurateho bwangu hangiriza iguru lyera hangiriza omukumanfuzi abegi ba crane hai kuruga Entebbe nibenda kuramya kwonka tibaina ene performance ohiro kuramya abegi ba crane high please from Entebbe. Executive Director is a former Minister of Education in Toro Kingdom. Umukuru Peter Birungi achali nisaba mjwambule bwangu abegi ba crane high
tulibawe zairi tulibawe mubingwa
nisaba murahukeo habwobwire
tulibawe wamara tulibawe zairi
abo begi abutamba ijwera hawabungire kasume katali kahara begi ba Brain High Executive Director kusimo mulimo okozire abo begi abutamba nugorugire kubungira isomere rikurore birukufwayo no kubekambisa
tulibawo mwebingwa
abutamba in another special way to see my Uganda Pentecostal University abakwatanize neitwe omupira ogwa masaza ogwa Toro Kingdom MTN amasaza cup and see my Vice Chancellor Akik Pelusi Ntambirweki for the job well done kandi na hanu tuina team ya amani yokozere obwa ashering abutamba ampango yawo eno ya 29 nitwaro mukisa kusima aba masaza mwenda nibasaba aba masaza mwimuke tubatero mungale zamani habo mpira gwa masaza tubatero mungale zamani abutamba aba masaza bakozero omulimo gwa amani nimbasima muno mwebale nabo abo mukozire nabo
tulibawo amara tulibawo iguru ryera omusakazi atanaganjura igere busanga muhanda
kutinise kyamani nyongera nisaba weito muhikirwa amoti ni weino obusobozi n'obujunanizibwa kurange kirikuongeraho
tulibawo enzeyi
awawe mukumanfuzi awawe iguru lyera awawe entali akaruzika
hangiriza abutamba hangiriza omwebingu hangiriza omukumanfuzi abutamba mukasumi kanu nokwebundaza okwingi ninyenda oikirize owekitinisa speaker wa Lukiiko lwa Buganda owekitinisa Luwaga aizire n'obutumwa bwawe n'obukwenda bwawe abaire nasaba abutamba abukwikyeho
tulibawo enzeyi asimire enzeyi tulibawo amani tulibawo enzeyi tulibawo mwebingwa tulibawo omusakazi atanaganjura tulibawo bigere bisaga muhanda tulibawo kasura banyonya tuli bawo Kasoro Bahiga, Olemere Henzaire, Nkoburu Wabatira Hamwandara Butatikiri,
Wachamuna Kutamba, Honorable Wandera,
awawe nzairi awawe igururiere awaito muhikirwa amoti muhikirwa just a minute
tuli bawo Mwebingwa,
Akutamba nokwebundazo kwingi muno mukasumi kanu kusaba kutamba otuikie urubazo rwawe Omwebinga
tuli bawo Nzaire, twaja kure kuruga mu ntale y'Omukama, tuli bawo Wamara, tuli bawo Mukomafuzi, Omunyabyoma tukehezeho
Omjwera akiki nyina Omukama, honorable ministers mu government ya gati, bakorasi mu krato rukuru ruihanga, wekitinisa omikirwa na badepiti bawe, Mjwera Msuga, abembezi bedini, LC5 chairpersons of our districts, this is A2, Right Reverend Bishop Brian Bolt with the entire City Rich Church, His Excellency Bishop Keith Smith and your family, Vito na Vito Kati, wekitinisa Ruigi, Amagatwa, abagenyi beiti nywena, emena yatori nywena. Nintwaro mugisa guno kutangira abantu nywena abo kuija kujaguza empango eyabere na mwenda kuruga njumura engoma yabayisunkuru nyowe
tuli bawo Nzaire, hangiriza Mwebingwa, hangiriza Wamara,
ninsimba Mukama Ruhanga anyakutuhikize amwaka gwa 2009 n'obusinge kandi ninsima abona autuyambire omukoro gw'empango y'omwaka guno nimpicha kuganyira kwange haba abantu bisaza bya ntoroko arakutalibanizibwa amazing ninsaba government kuteka entegeka yo kwirukira abantu beitu abanyakuli mukubonabona nyekambesa emyenda yatori nywena kujumbira entegeka zokama zenkurakurana no kukora na amani twina model farm y'Omukama mugijumbira haliyo bingi ebyokwega kandi tuteiraho entegeka okutandikaho model farms mu masaza gona g'Omukama
tuli bawo Nzaire, olema kutamba
tukatandikaho kwegesa ensingato emirimo y'engaro nuko basobole kweyemerezaho bonka nteiro entegeka yokombeka ICT center y'omutindo gwa Iguru yokubanza mu Bukama bwa Toro kuraba mu foundation yange ya King Oyo Foundation nuko kitsobeseze kwegesa ensingato ebya computer technology
tuli bawo Nzaire, tuli bawo Mwebingwa,
nyina okunhira ngontuija kukikingura mukasumi akatali kahara ninsima muno ensingato hamwe emyenda yatori nywena okujumbira empira yitu ya masaza omwaka guno habeireho abantu abake abaleseremu ensobi zino zitatwiha hakigendererwa keitu ekikuru ekyo kumakuma abantu na muno ensingato
tuli bawo Nzaire,
kweyambesa empira kwegesa ensingato kumanya okugonza obukama bwabo kwegesa ebyobumezi hamu nokwimucha taranto zabo. Nindagiro mikirwa kurora ngo ensobi zona zagororwa mu bwango kandi empira erayongeraho ezanwe kurungi obu nitukiriza ebigendererwa byayo.
Hangiriza Kabamba, hangiriza mwebingwa.
Omwaka gurukwija utandikaho nemzano ebyabana bobwisiki.
Duma Kabamba.
Kandi kusigikira abantu nyamwingi abajumbire ompira ninsaba government kutombekeraho ekizaniro ekyabuhinga omufotpoto city.
Tulibawe nzai. Tulibawe Iguru Rukidi.
Kuno kuterera ekyo kubanza kubyara emiti numurora mu bicweka bingi enjura tecyagwa kurungi nituterwa ecyanda n'obusume obukulimiramu buhindukire nitufera amagesa kandi nituburwa entasha umumaka bino nitwija kubifusha uturabyara emiti. Oburwaire bwa silimu bugarukire bushaka kandi bweyongera. Kino kiresirwe muno abantu kweba okutekereza ngo oburwaire buno tubucyali bw'amani. Oburwaire bwa silimu bucyaro kandi kiswaza kusanga nibweyongera. Nisaba buli muntu wena anyakul hanu abakuru bedini abembezi bona abakuru b'amasomero abanyoro b'obukama abakuru b'enganda abazeire nemende yatori nywena kutwara obujunanizibwa kwijuka buli muntu wena ngo oburwaire bucyaro kandi twina kuburwanisa.
Dumezeire tulibawo mwebingwa.
Ekyakabiri ebyamataka. Hali abantu abakusisi ibara ly'obukama mu bwire bwa polimpo nkabuno abo nibasera obwebembezi eki tujja kukifusha beitu haroho abandi arukugenda nibabiha abantu ngo obukama nugenda kubabinga amataka gabo. Nikigarukamu busaba muntu wena nomu abarabinga abantu amataka gobukama.
Tulibawe nzeire.
Awawe kumasakaza tanaganjura.
Tulibawe muisakika.
Aba abantu nibasera harutungiro obururu. Abana amataka gobukama mukoragane na Toro Kingdom Land Board mutunge lizi rundi ebaroha erukoleka ngo haitaka oroho mubiragiro kandi busaho arasobora kubabingaho.
Tulibawe nzai tulibawe amara
itaka lyanyu itaka lya Toro itaka lya batoro.
Hangiriza Kabamba hangiriza mwebingwa hangiriza Iguru Rukidi.
Ni malira twine kyota mpango obutaramara empango eno gijumbire kandi ekigenderwa kye ekyota mpango kyokoleka ensi yona oburungi bwa Toro nyineitwe. Nimbaboneza okujaguza oburungi kandi ruhanga balinde mwebali muno.
Hangiriza Kabamba hangiriza mwebingwa hangiriza wamara hangiriza Iguru Rukidi hangiriza kutulikinobera abeli tulibawe mwebingwa tulibawe wamara tulibawe Kabamba.
Awawe nzeire Kabamba hano
tulibawe nzeire tulibawe mwebingwa
Kabamba hano nyinaho
tulibawe wamara tulibawe mwebingwa tulibawe kutulikinobera abeli tulibawe wamara tulibawe nzeire tulibawe mwebingwa.
Kabamba hano twinaho give me the backup, the background. Kabamba twina Peter Banura LC5 Kikube district na hano kandi twina chairman land board Toro Kingdom atenyi tugwezera hano twina na secretary we bya mataka omubito Kagoro Wilson na hano nitwaro mukisa kumanyisa kutamba ngutwina ba RDCs ba deputy RDCs na assistants bona tulina bahanu mbukama bwawe kandi amagatu agona agutamba in a very special way on this 29th Coronation anniversary abanyamakuru bona nibenda kwija kuramya
murugi hakamere nyimba.
You can go and also exhibit your right to His Majesty the King. I don't know who you have your cameras. Yes, move forward.
Yes, journalists.
Please, you do the first estate, please. Let the cameras capture you. Abanyamakuru Nwena. That is the limit. Who covers you? I don't know. You leave your cameras, who go with your cameras? Tuina bakaije kandi cottages abo bahiro bisagiki habo abagenya abana bayizire bali kubedi mugusu of Kasese Road. We also have a team wait Kabamba from Great Britain, Tuina Drake, Calvin and Isabel Nabotolinabo. Then between Okwenda Kuruga Queen Mother Best Nursery and Primary School. Bona bawa Kabamba bali kawo kama Iguru bwabo.
Bamweta Dorini.
Abanyamakuru abasigaye mu dakikemu.
Abanyamakuru abasigaye mu kisagwanyi. Mugiye kwasa mulo tukasikani tukarukabera tukurabyo mukama.
Amagato agatera abaseja. Gende murabi mukama amagato agatera abaseji Nwena musimbule mu dakikemu mwanga.
Abwali benyeza Mungu atwebembire.
Amagato agatera abaseja. Pora kwenda kwa bantu babiri hano uko tugende instruction ezindi zitungi amagato agatera abaseja mukama. Abahimba adetuto mukibwa
tubabwe
abawezei abawazaba abawikurudiyera abawusakaza atarakanjura koliko nahodu kwa kutamba abawetani akaruzika Yatina Dr. Aruka's Eye Hospital. Kabamba Agatomlido to the Director Special Duties in the State House. Major Kakoza Mtare and Senior Presidential Assistant to His Excellency the President. Kabamba nina ukwenda kuruga Queen Mother Best Nursery and Primary School nitekereza buli kisobora kuruga hano tabusomera obigato lyawe ligo burambuza Kabamba kozero mulimo gwa maana gyeri anomyoro wawe job well done. Mutawo kwenda bunu buhandikirwa mu Lungereza kandi nitekwa kusoma ko kubuli. Your Majesty the King of this great Toro, Dr. Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi the Fourth, our King. It is with great pleasure that we celebrate this Mpango Festival, Coronation Day, in this royal gathering. Your Majesty, our beloved King, allow us, the family of our beloved Queen, the staff, Queen Mother Best Nursery and Primary School, to say congratulations upon this well-deserved coronation. Your Majesty, with your warm and helping heart, we have seen your work tirelessly with much interest and commitment to develop this great and mighty kingdom through your various initiatives as seen in the entire kingdom. Congratulations. To our beloved Queen Mother, Your Highness, Dr. Best Kemgisa, with great pleasure, we congratulate you upon bearing for us the most handsome, adorable King. Is one we are celebrating with in today's coronation. May you remain blessed, kicking and bouncing. Long live Queen Mother, long live Toro Kingdom, long live our adorable King. This message, Your Majesty, is from Queen Mother Best Nursery and Primary School. Kabamba tuinaho na Executive Director Susan Opoku Musime, onu nuwakwatanize, ekitongole kikwatanize, n'obukama bwa Toro, kugara abana bobwisiki omwisomero. And on record, bakozero mulimo gwa maani muno. Bano baba Forum of African Women Educationists, Uganda, in partnership with the Toro Kingdom.
Hangiriza kutamba.
Akutamba ningira norora kukutalibana hano hakukuba abantu basemerirwe kujaguza neiwe empango ya 29 Break President Bukubo Fort City hano ninaho ibindi ninja kuba nitwaza kusikikira instructions ezipairwe bitakwire kanu tugenda ebisani ninja kubiranga nkoko bihairwe
mukasonda hano akitwira abana ba Yuseta avugaskiri biseta kakuba mwemerira hakiri mukahuba omukono
akutamba abajenjojo sugar factory Katara nabo basagika kandi basagikire empango bakutabarukia
tulibawe Nzaire tulibawe Mwebingwa tulibawe Iguru
nyikirize bantu ba Mukama ndange Mukama atakakubira habwemirwa ende kurataho wetu mnyamiro nyikiriza malire program yenu ninja kusaba the first photo your excellency new holder, please lead the team led by Bishop Bolt to take the first photograph with His Majesty the King.
Mubyemo Mwebingwa mubyemo Nzaire mubyemo mubyemo Kabamba mubyemo Mwebingwa mubyemo Mwebingwa mubyemo Kabamba
Abikirize hoyongereho Chief of Protocol Minister of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellency Seto and your team, please move forward very fast. Kwenda wa Right Reverend Bishop of Bokoto Diocese Dr. Kiki Robert Kemuhiwa Kiki tulina wahanu in a special way kusima Right Reverend Father Peter Chomhendo kuwa represent the Bishop. Nisaba team ya UBL be prepared to step forward next. The UBL team, please be prepared to step forward next. Kabamba, as UBL is moving forward, Uwekinsa basaliza itekeleza dakika tukija kuongera huneja kuba Kabamba kinisa basaliza ayo kwenda kuruga mu Mukama munywani wawe aheru yokama bwawe bwa Toro kandi njakusaba ate homulingo ogwa bwangu kuroro okwendo ogu nukwika after that akutamba roho abatungwa bawe abanyakwina abanyakwina obukwenda bw'okwikia baina okwenda bw'okwikia halo abakwenda kwikia kutamba Honorable Mugisa Crispas from Kibale East Kamwenge nasaba kwikia omabone gawe ekoro gitar tamba uwe kwenda mukwikia tulibawe zaidi nikiriza kutamba with all due respect aroho meya Entebbe inokwenda kuruga mu kama munywani wao nikusaba kutamba with all due respect nikiriza kufikia okwendo
Akiki Bisani Office of His Royal Majesty Mukama of Toro Kingdom Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru IV Uganda. My dear brother, on the occasion of your 29th anniversary, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you for another remarkable year on the throne. It is always a magnificent sight to witness the unity of a kingdom with celebration of enduring ties that binds its people. Though I had hoped to personally attend this auspicious occasion, pressing obligation prevent my presence. Nevertheless, please rest assured that my thoughts and prayers are with you. I fervently pray for rain that will continue to uplift your people and elevate Toro Kingdom to greater heights. The journey to realizing the promises we have made to our people is indeed a demanding one. Yet we are entrusted with the moral, social-cultural, traditional responsibility to lead all seasons. We must remain steadfast in our path towards prosperity for Africa. Of our dreams must be achieved and passed on as a legacy to our children. It will be a great honor to welcome you as our distinguished guest at Elevate Africa, scheduled for the 10th and 11th of October. I also look forward to visiting you in Uganda in the near future. Wishing you the most joyous and memorable anniversary. Long live your Majesty. His Majesty Ogiame Atuasi III, the Olu of Wari.
Nisaba MTN team, please join the king for a photo. MTN team, please join His Majesty the King very fast. As the Executive Director, Talent Africa, and your wife get prepared. And followed by Microfinance Support Center. Then we have Uganda People's Defense Forces officials. We have also Uganda Police Force and Uganda Prisons to be on alert as we take those photos very fast. That's MTN. Microfinance Support Center, please. Let's move fast, ladies and gentlemen. UPDF, please, UPDF, move forward and as we move on. You got Microfinance Support Center, you are next, please. Next is UPDF. Let's move fast. Let's move fast. Next is UPDF, please. All UPDF officers, please step forward. We have very few minutes. Next is Uganda Police. Could you be please just behind UPDF and Uganda Prisons? Let's move very fast. Then the political leaders in Uena, Banyakulhano, Njakubasaba, Mwetekanize, Enyuma ya Uganda Prisons, one. Then the team of the Deputy Director of External Security with your team, waiting in Saba, be ready there. Let's move fast, the team. We are done with that. Let's go to Uganda Police Force. Uganda Police, please. Uganda Police, please move forward. The Executive Director, Talent Africa, with your dear wife, you are next, and then prisons will follow. Executive Director of Talent Africa, please, with your step forward very fast. Uganda Police is done. Thank you so much. We are trying to move fast because of time. Executive Director Ban Allen, your way, please move forward with your team of Talent Africa. Then the political leaders will follow next. And then Uganda prisoners will follow next. Okay, Uganda prisoners next.
We are still coming to you live from Fort Portal City here at Karuzika Palace, where the King of Toro, rather Kingdom, His Majesty Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi the Fourth, is celebrating the journey of 29 in what is known as Mpango in this setting or region of Toro sub-region. And on your screens is now the photo moments where different political, rather different guests, dignitaries and members of the general public are having a photo moment, which I guess is very memorable to most of them, because it is on a very rare occasion that they get this opportunity to get a snap photo with the Majesty, who is flanked by the Queen Mother Besti Kemigisa here at Karuzika grounds. The King already delivered his speech, as you might have watched and heard from him, but just to give you a summary of what exactly was entailed in his speech, he strongly, at the last end of his speech, he strongly condemned the issues of land wrangles happening in his kingdom, and he was very, very tough as he issued some directives or orders notifying all the whole community of Toro sub-region that there is no one in this kingdom who has the authority and power to evict someone from the kingdom's land, and he has guided that for whoever is a squatter or tenant on the land of the kingdom, he or she has just to comply and go through the available and the concerned officers in the kingdom in that regard, which is managing the kingdom's land, to ensure that they can pay some little fees which can allow the continuity of their tenants on different plots or land where they are residing. But he says there's no one who has
that powers to evict the tenants who are the subjects of the king on that land. And he has made it very clear that the kingdom has no intentions of evicting any of the squatters, any of the tenants on its land, but it is a matter of compliance, and these people will continue living peacefully or sitting peacefully on their pieces of land. So that has been part of the communication here, but he also reminded the communities of Toro, but Uganda at large, that indeed the scourge of AIDS is still around. It still poses a threat to the communities, and you might have watched in different publications a few months ago, even weeks ago, where the Rwenzori, Bunyoro, Toro, as it is even a few parts of central Uganda, that the HIV infection rate is high, and this does not leave or spare the kingdom of Toro. So the king has re-echoed again that indeed the communities of this kingdom of Toro might stay away from those vices which made them very vulnerable to contracting or even being part of the victims of the scourge of HIV/AIDS. And mainly this message goes to the youth that indeed they must be very, very vigilant. They must be very, very careful that indeed AIDS is still around. On your screens is still the photo moments here. We are almost at the tail end of this program here from Karuzika Palace, but I was still giving you a few touches of what exactly the king was communicating to his subjects and to you, our viewers of UBC TV, who are watching this coverage across the entire country, that the king has strongly talked about the issues affecting the youth. He says, yes, there are government programs, but the kingdom is also coming forward to put around some projects which are aiming at uplifting the well-beings of the communities of not only this kingdom, but of course for whoever is living within the territories of Toro sub-region. He also talked of skilling things, that there are different programs the kingdom and the king himself is spearheading to ensure that the youth of this region, the youth of this kingdom can acquire one or two skills which can at least make a change in their life. So he has called upon some part of support and adherence. If there is an opportunity, especially the youth watching us, go and grab it, because we are saying skills is the better way to go. So those are a few of the communications which were, it was a brief one. As you know, the king is always very brief, but it was a rich one. He also talked about the issues of health. We must continue. Then there have been, I think, some sort of confusion in the kingdom's preparation in line with the sports activities which were leading us to this celebration. And indeed, he acknowledges that there were some mistakes, but he has directed that those mistakes must be corrected to ensure that in the coming edition of the Kingdom Sports Gala, sports events, those mistakes cannot again reoccur again. So this says next year, in the next celebrations, again, he's bringing on board the females. I think we shall see more of the female sports activities also coming in. He talked about more sports facilities to be constructed within Fort Portal City, all aiming at nurturing talent and ensuring that there's also more talented youth, men and girls, who are coming from this region of Toro. So, your viewers, it's still a photo moment on your screens, and the king, flanked there by the Queen Mother, are giving in a few minutes of their precious time to give most of the dignitaries or guests here that memorable moment of taking home a photo with the two precious leaders of this kingdom, that is the king and his mother. There have been a lot of guests here, ranging from politicians, as you might have seen, the political leaders from all different political parties. You know, these are events which attracts unity across all our society activities, where religious leaders, you find the Muslims sitting next to the Catholics. So it is such rich that this is what kingdoms or what culture comes along with. Like, you see unity where everyone pulls aside the differences in our own daily thinking, our association, but for such occasions we rally behind one aspect, that is celebrating the diversity and the rich culture, like we are here at Karuzika Palace in Fort Portal City. As soon as the photo moment will be concluded, we are yet to be guided on what's next on the program, but I think we are at the tail end of this celebration, coming to you live from Fort Portal, the tourism city of Uganda. And we want to thank you. We started this broadcast as early as midday, and you have kept on our sets wherever you are. But on the other hand, our team is in Kisoro district, where we understand there is a send-off of the fallen State Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs, Honorable Sarah Mateke. A section of government leaders are already in Kisoro district to ensure that they give a befitting send-off of the daughter of the soil. So we will be giving you the wrap-up of what could have transpired along every part of the country in our subsequent news bulletins later on in the day. For those who follow religiously UBC, we have the Kiswahili bulletin coming in at times at 6:30 or 6 p.m. But then we have the Uganda news bulletin UBC Lero at exactly 7, where we give you expanded news broadcasts in Uganda. And then we jump into the UBC Tonight news bulletin that is specifically in English at 8 and 10. But then on our sister TV, Star TV, we have a news bulletin in Uganda always at 9, Monday to Monday. So with what you are not seeing on your screens right now, but just be rest assured that our reporters across the entire country will make a summary of the day's happenings, and we will give you each live at all those time intervals. Here, the celebration has been a bit very colorful. The atmosphere has been very beautiful. There's nothing which has at least affected any of the programs. I think the organizers, as they might have programmed this celebration, they are very, very much sure that indeed they have delivered the best as to their plans. But Toro sub-region, Toro Kingdom as a kingdom, it is one of the richest kingdoms in terms of the tourism opportunities. There are a lot of tourism exports and imports happening here in Toro, where almost on a very day basis, hundreds of tourists are flocking this region to at least taste the flavor of the tourism embroiled in this region. And it is on that and other premises that government has been advised and almost at all times to ensure that they increase its financial support in terms of capacity building, where we need infrastructure, we need hotels, and then in terms of resources, you need to give money to these local communities to ensure that we preserve, first of all. If we don't preserve this cultural, because some of the cultural institutions or arts here in Toro have also become some of making or forming up some of the tourism activities which is happening here in Toro sub-region. So on that hand, then this is also brings us to the side of where's the youth. When you look around this celebration, the youth takes the biggest percentage of the participants here, of the celebrants. Not only that the king we are watching on your screens is young as them, but because the king is an inspiration to them. Because for a leader who resonates with their thinking, with their desires, because when you talk of sports, many of the youth here are sport addicts, and the king, you have seen him on several occasions participating in person at different sports activities within, not only in Toro, but in the entire country. So he draws that attention of the youth, and there is hope that indeed this kingdom is living, will thrive tomorrow. It's not a kingdom which is not going to die tomorrow, much as it is over 180 years, but there is that sense of continuity, because the generation, there seems to be a very strong foundation that this kingdom will move from this generation up to the coming generation. And we must appreciate, as you have heard from different speakers, the Queen Mother, Best Kemigisa, has been at the forefront of nurturing the young king to the level of where we are today, celebrating the 29 years of him as the king of this monarchy. Different guests
not only from Uganda, but we have seen different guests almost from every corner of the country, every corner of the world, coming to attend this year's coronation anniversary of the Mpango here in Fort Portal City. The voice you are listening to is that of Robert Onyango, and the pictures on your screens are the photo moments of the king. You can see the smile there with the guests who have come to celebrate this memorable journey of 29 years as King Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi IV celebrates this anniversary of 29 years. We are not yet sure of what's next on the program, but as soon as we get it, we will wrap up this broadcasting style, and we thank you for keeping it on UBC. For now, I will continue engaging you here as we wait to wrap up this broadcast. I'm yet to understand there was no formal communication from the central government on who could have represented government here at this celebration, but I was informed the death of the Honorable Minister Sarah Mateko automatically diverted government's program from this celebration. The Deputy Speaker was being expected. As I speak, we haven't yet got communication on whether he sent a delegation, but of course the kingdom invited the President, who happens to be the head of state, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. 29 years ago, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, was at this same particular place witnessing the journey we are celebrating as it started from nothing. Then the king, at almost 3.5 years, was enthroned, replacing his late father, who had died in the same year of 1995. A week after the burial, there was nothing to do. Then Oyo, who was very young as a prince, had to take up the mantle of replacing his father because the kingdom had to move on. And it is indeed very, very energizing that indeed he has carried on that duties even when he was young up to the day we are now seeing the fruits. He was worked closely with the mother to ensure that they steered this kingdom up to where it is today. And indeed, he deserves all the thanks that their roles, their sweats have really, really driven this kingdom to this 29th anniversary celebration. A celebration which comes alongside very many achievements in the sectors of health. The kingdom has constructed different health facilities in Toro Kingdom. They have spearheaded different health camps, health awareness mobilization facilities around. They have been at the forefront of guiding the generation, guiding the country even, guiding the continent, because the king, as you have seen guests coming all over the world, he is not only a resource to this kingdom, but he is a resource to the entire continent and the world. And that's why you see men of God coming as far as from America to come and celebrate with him. On your screens, the king has given an opportunity to young boys and girls, some of who performed here, and they had requested for that photo moment. I think they will go back home seeing the dream already being given a light that indeed they have not only performed at this celebration, but also gotten a photo moment with the king and the queen mother. I was just giving you a summary of the few activities the kingdom under the leadership of His Royal Highness King Oyo is spearheading. Away from the health sector, the king has been at the forefront of ensuring that all the generation under his steps can at least acquire not only complete education, but affordable education facilities. They have constructed schools, they have offered bursaries under the King Oyo Foundation. They are giving scholars to different students who are even going to the level of getting more education careers at different universities. So you can count it on him that indeed he has supported his generation, being a youth who belongs to the generation of the 90s. His traits can count all the time. On the screen is now a photo moment with the religious leaders. Wow. It's a very rare one that almost for 20 minutes the king and the mother have stood there to give an opportunity to the few chosen ones, who are almost very many, to take or carry home a photo, not only in their hands but in their memories, that indeed on 12th September 2024, that's a photo they will carry. If there is any other opportunity, they will get. If there is not, then they will count that as the first and last photo moment with the king. Then in issues of agriculture, the king is also urging the communities to ensure that they do productive agriculture, which not only give them food at home, but also make them earn a living in terms of earning some money, which can also improve on their livelihoods. And this is in line with the government's call of ensuring that they give every community their tractors, their extension workers who are helping in terms of availing information and knowledge to different farmers, so that at the end of the day, every Ugandan can be in a position to at least engage in productive activity, other than just leaving everyone in gambling and lamentations, where everyone wants government to pickpocket every daily need of his or hers. So the community, the kingdom is extensively and religiously involving itself in commercial, subsistence and other forms of farming or agriculture, where at least they bring a change in this community. A productive society is a good one to lead. And I think the king is stepping in with a lot of energies and vigor to ensure that his people don't lack anything in their backyards. Then you talk of the socio-economic transformation, working closely with government. We have seen a lot of projects being launched here in the kingdom, where different government officials, we have seen several times the Prime Minister, Ministers of Energy, Tourism, they're all closely working with the kingdom. So the government's relationship with the kingdom is at a very take-off pace, where the kingdom is benefiting a lot of resources, a lot of programs coming directly to the kingdom or to the communities. And on your screens, that is now the departure of the king, meaning we are finally coming to the end of this live broadcast of this coronation anniversary of King Omukama Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru, the king of Toro Kingdom. Well, unless there's anything, I'm yet to be informed by my camera person on what is next on our broadcast. But if there's nothing else, we will want to thank you. We want to hail everyone who has enabled us to ensure that we give you this broadcast. Because as a national broadcaster, we have no other assignment other than informing and entertaining our viewers. And it has been a very, very, very interesting moment that we have been here at Karizuka with all these celebrants, this cheerful. You might have loved the traditional dancing which has been here at Karizuka Palace in Fort Portal City, the tourism city. For those who have never been to Fort Portal, indeed you miss a very good mix
of what exactly happens here. Spare your time, spare your money, come over a weekend like a Friday. You will enjoy Fort Portal City to its best. You take home a story, you carry home a story to tell to your people. And you would have even contributed some revenues to these communities, because there are a lot of people dealing in hospitality, people dealing in other businesses. There's a lot of tourism facilities around where when you drop yourself here, I guess you leave some money which at least can help these communities in as far as development is concerned. Because even if government is putting infrastructure here, then it doesn't mean that all is good to go. We still need more money to flourish this place, to flourish this sub-region, to be where it is supposed to be. So, viewers, I'm Robert Onyango. I've worked alongside Ruwaga Michael here and Yatindi Lawrence in Fort Portal City. So, unless if there is anything, but I just want to tell you, my camera person, if you can pan this side and you at least give you almost the last moments of who has been here, because we see the service chiefs from Uganda Defense Forces, that is UPDF. We have seen service chiefs from the Uganda prisons and the police, because almost the security around has been at its best. Well, I'm just waiting for something very small, but we will wrap up this. There's something small remaining before we wrap up this broadcast from here at Karuzika Palace in Toro sub-region.
Eriye hango kutangana buri mukazi oteteka zo kurungu tugaruka rubaje bano bagambira ba kamera television iyo wambero TV West Bro yemeri aho harungia hatiyega gisike yongera atera hagati rugemne wayazai skamka ko TV West hasia askake kama wenu kamera komeo hasia ati wa Yesu usigare saidieni abantu abandi tumulipeta kusobora kugenda mu rugo oija kusigara kuno nokorukira abasaidio mukama atahe mu rugo kandi agenda kasenda abanyabitebe bona ningira bahikireyo abajwara kondo hamo nebitebe bindi ebiri kwebembera emeru awa TV yote maina hura rulimiki ai arujya mu cyari tutamuduma banza tuhugul nitumugoyeze bitukana akasumi tukalika aha yewa ya mziye mwezi matuganyira abaturata bajura betumbwire bwomurwa matuganyire gene itu tusana abanya kutemberwa moya hikirire moyo muhikirire bwa ai owasirimuka moyo muhikirire abantu abandi twebwa ebitinisa ne bya higune itu tusana abasirimukirwa moyo wemerwa asirimukire nimurora abaduma nko kubatwakize batabaduma mbesengerize apoke no
On your screens, these brave men are just organizing here for the final level of the preparations here, because we are informed the king is going to return very shortly, but he will leave this place in a very, very unique way, which is part of the celebrations of the Mpango. As you can see on your screens, the arrangements are being made to prepare the next part of the celebrations, and that's why we will keep on this on your screens so that you be part of this celebration without losing anything in as far as how Toro culture is concerned. We'll keep it at a low pace so that we don't overstretch ourselves and you, our viewer, but we'll keep our cameras on sports to ensure that they give you everything as it happens here.
Conversant with our tradition. Coming up next is an item, a traditional item, that His Majesty the King has to attend some issues in the arrangement, as you can see. Some of these things do not have the grammatic words in English. I just do not have to risk understand them the other way. I just have to leave them the way they are, and you see them the way you see them. But the whole essence here is His Majesty has to attend a session in the traditional arts, as you can see. They are members of the royal family who are already there and waiting for that session to take place. Cultural, as you can see, His Majesty the King is not supposed to step on the ground. And for those who were with us yesterday, I did say we have different structures led by different clans. So as you can see, there are those with drums we call a pango. There are those with spears called a mahango. There are those responsible for the traditional carpet. There are those you see with I call them weapons, but they also have a role to play in as far as the security of His Majesty is concerned. There are those you saw taking a picture in very big numbers. Those are administrative elders in the kingdom. We have county chiefs, we have sub-county chiefs, we have delegates,
n'abajwara kondo bona betekanize bali kujwara hati.
So the royal family members are already in the traditional hats, waiting for His Majesty to attend to that session.
Toro erimirembe kana babitokati batumanyire kiyabo umurwa gwabo guhikira.
And you see the traditional carpet of the mats are specifically for His Majesty. And be very keen to watch that now he will be putting on another attire. and that is specifically for this session.
Omugurusi kamujobe naiwe tutangirira webale kuija kamujobe.
Some of you enjoyed the royal dance yesterday, and we are sure in the next session you will feel and enjoy. Yeah, Talent Africa, we salute you, the entire team. That one, Madam, is it Susan or something? Julie, in a special way, wherever you are, stand up for a round of applause from your team. Yes, Julie, stand up. I mean it. Julie, stand up for your team to give you a round of applause. Thank you for the job well done. We salute you. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, those responsible are doing whatever it takes to make sure that things are done in the right way. We have a very rich heritage, very, very rich heritage, very cool, calm, and polite culture. As you have observed, our dress code for men and for women.
Obwira tutanga abakazi kutaha mukazi wako betati ababito kati nebagenda muchwa beturukubaliza nibura abantu batikiye cucu umuntu ali kutebeki kana nakuri kasenda naho bamazira kugabanya yeki bamuchwa yababito kati.
In a very special way, nisaba abantu bamukama mutweteranizeho kusima abanyamakuru bona ombinisa byanyu tubaterero mu ngale za amana habwokuba empange n'ubusaho mbere tarukorwa ezo za abanyamakuru engaro naba hano mutere mu ngaro nsima abanyamakuru bano. Yeah, you deserve a round of applause.
Kugamba enumirwa yaitu yenzarwa kandi abantu abandi batakitwara kundi busayi mirwa yaitu yenzarwa.
Yeah, in a very special way, we would like to thank Uganda People's Defense Forces for joining hands with Dr. Titus Avoli for the job well done all over the kingdom. We also want to thank the Division Commander, Mountain Division, Uganda People's Defense Forces, for the job well done. We appreciate Uganda Police Force, the RPC, the DPCs, and all the structures, FFU and CT, and intelligence. We want to thank Uganda Prisons for rehabilitating our communities where you have them, both men and women. We also want to congratulate and appreciate the efforts of the Internal Security Organization, the RISO and the DISOs. We appreciate the Office of the President, the RDCs and the RCCs for all the support you have given to Toro Kingdom whenever contacted and whenever approached. In a special way, we want to appreciate the DPCs in all the counties of Toro Kingdom where the Toro Kingdom MPN Amasaza Cup has been going through.
Well, thank you for being so patient with us, but
the entire police force in all those districts has been very, very cooperative.
But I think
we appreciate the traffic
they are
police
making everything in to be put in every
for their
position
efforts,
to be put
counter-terrorism.
in the right way. When the king
Zonal
comes
Commander,
back,
thank you
then
so
so
much.
that you
FFU,
will
we
enjoy
appreciate.
the next step of this
We appreciate
celebration, where just like you heard from the MC, that's
the
a
royal
very
guards
traditional way
who have
that
kept
the
our king
will
secure.
move and walk through
Lieutenant Ajuna Patrick and your team,
these guards
and the Commander Royal Guards, we
make
thank
his
you.
way into one of the royal huts here to perform some of the
Abanyamirwa
cultural
inywena
activities
tubasiima
here as we wind down
mwebale muno
this celebration. We will keep you
omulimu mukozere
on spot
okuli
and on
empango
alert, but
ebamirwa
we continue with this
mwebale muno.
broadcast. Let me see if I can
Mbasaba
pick just
teera
a
abanyamirwa
few,
mu ngalo.
1-2 interviews
Teera
here
abanyamirwa mu ngalo
as
ahakuba
we wait for the king
abanyamirwa
to
bataro
return and do the final session of this
bakakoze emirwa
celebration of the Mpango. On your screens is this year's Mpango celebration, and this is the 29th anniversary of what we are celebrating today here at Karuzika Palace in Fort Portal City. You can see the formation of kind of the dignitaries who have been here throughout the entire day. They have kept it calm and cool. They have been here to join the king in celebration, and I guess they are very, very much excited that indeed the day is still colorful as we speak of today. I want to step forward and see if I can pick 1 or 2 interviews as we wait for the return and the last part of this celebration. Let me start with this, my father here, who seems to have dressed himself very rightly for the day. You have seen and heard from the king's speech. What's your take home?
The king's speech was very, very on point. He mentioned about us working hard. He mentioned about the government building for us the stadium in Uhinga, which is very important because our people they love playing football through the Masaza Cup that is going. So we're very excited that if the stadium is built for us, our people can be able to play football. But also, the fight against HIV is also very important for us.
Well, the king is returning here, and I want to just direct this camera so that my camera person repositions himself in a position where he makes you watch everything. In another style, King Oyo Kabamba Iguru the Fourth returns here. Look at that. Let me leave you to watch and feel the ambience of this final lap of the celebrations.
Charles Kamraso Murokole.
Duma Duma. Duma Duma Duma. Duma Duma Duma. Duma Duma. Duma Duma. Duma Duma. Duma Duma. Duma Duma. Duma Duma.
Awawe Nzaire.
Duma Duma.
Awawe Iguru Lyera.
Duma Duma.
Awawe Msakaza Atanaganjura.
Duma Duma. Yikapta kuduma. Duma Duma. Duma Duma.
Kurbawe Nzaire.
Mle kurba tamukaito.
That yellow umbrella with some spots of blue is where the king is just being sheltered there and is making his way into the traditional hut for some of the expanded final part of this celebration. I'm not yet very certain on what exactly is going to happen there, but I can confidently say it's part of the cultural rituals which are done alongside this celebration. We will wait. I don't think we shall be in position to head inside there. We'll keep out, but as we keep out here, we'll keep on interacting with some of those people who have closely monitored and followed this celebration here at Karuzuka grounds or palace in Fort Portal City. If my camera person can be in position to just pay attention this side, then we will be good to go. Can we just step forward, madam? Well, of course it is a moment of excitement. You have been here for the entire day. What kind of memory do you carry home as we celebrate this year's 29th Coronation anniversary? Let's begin by your name.
I'm called Professor Pelusin Tambirochi. I am the Vice Chancellor of Uganda Pentecostal University. We as Uganda Pentecostal University, we congratulate the King, our King, to reach 29 years of power as a king. He has been leading us well, and we have a very fruitful partnership. We're excited. We're excited for the partnership with Uganda Pentecostal University, and we continue supporting the kingdom in all the key elements that he mentioned in his speech. We will look at HIV prevention, we shall look at skilling the youth, and we look at partnership for a long time to come. So as a university, we are very, very excited that we partner with this very brilliant kingdom.
Of course, when you look at those aspects, those calls, those commitments as a university, but on a general perspective, what does this youth from Toro exactly need in line with education?
In line of education, the youth of Toro needs to pursue higher learning to ensure that they are skilled, practical skilling, that at UPU we have quite a few courses that prepares a young person to join work with the competencies and experiences that they required to excel in their line of work. Yeah.
Thank you. Once again, Professor
Pelusin Tambirochi.
Thank you. That's the professor from Uganda Pentecostal University, which is closely working with the kingdom, as you have heard from her, and she's committing herself that indeed they will continue working with the kingdom. They will continue towing the line of education, skilling, because as a country we are saying that skilling the youth of Uganda, not only for Toro, is the better way to go. And for the youth watching us there, as I said earlier, this is an opportunity. The government is investing a lot in the skilling facilities. We have seen industrial hubs being put in almost every part of the region of this country. There are training facilities in every district, and there are technical schools being constructed in almost every sub-county. The aim and the major purpose of government is to ensure that you and me, we have one or two skills which can at least at the end of the day give us something to pocket, so that we don't be like we chase over life which is full of requesting and begging. But as I speak now, it seems the king has finished the other inside assignment and he is returning here as we witness the
final end of this celebration. This is very interesting. Let me give you the live sound of the cultural activity happening here as the king returns from that hut. And that is the king himself, His Royal Highness Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi the Fourth. I guess it was a very short program inside there, and he returns donning some of the cultural attires of this kingdom of Toro. On your screens, and the event you are watching is coming to you live from Karuzuka Palace, from Fort Portal City. With me, the sounds behind the microphone is that of Robert Onyango. For the weather has been so wonderful and beautiful that you don't see people sweating, there's no much sunshine. You don't see people yearning. I think they came all prepared for this event, and of course the excitement which comes around with seeing the king in a very good shape. It also excites most of our people here. Let me just have an interview here, a summary of these celebrations with the Prime Minister of this kingdom. I think he is now relieved that as per their program, the celebration is moving on very well. A good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're live on UBC TV. Just give our viewers the feel, the flavor of what has been here from day one when you started the journey of arranging or organizing this celebration.
Well, the celebrations are getting to the climax right now. The king has finished the last ritual, cultural ritual, and it has been a glamorous day. We have had cultural dances, we have had all manner of activities, guests from America, the Speaker of Ruchiko of Uganda and the Minister for Gender have been here, the Prime Minister of Bunyoro, and the crowned prince of Bunjwara Kondo, Mr. Kabamba Kalisa. Many of you know him. They have been here. So it's been a very good day today on the 29th Coronation anniversary of King Oyo. A great day indeed, and we thank God for everything.
This has been an easy journey to walk from 1995 to where we are in 2024.
Well, the journey has been long, yes, but it has been a long and illustrious journey. The king has become of age. You know, he took the throne when he was 3.5 years old, and he's now 33, and this is his 29th coronation anniversary. So Toro is growing by leaps and bounds in terms of its cultural institutions, and we are very confident that the issues he is addressing, skilling the youth, with the IT center which is built and is about to finish, with a skilling center for tailoring, for hairdressing, for mechanics, so things are moving in Toro. What I can say really is that government needs to come in and lend a hand if not least of which is to return every property of Toro so that the things in Toro can improve, the youth can do their work. Our intervention on the environment, the king has a 10 million tree planting scheme that needs financing. And the environment change means that every hand must be on board. And this time around, really, we want to complete. We have already started our 10 million tree planting, and we want to conclude that scheme. So we are calling upon Ugandans of goodwill. We are calling upon people, whoever is seeing us. You can join Toro in trying to improve the standards of our people. Among other things, fight HIV/AIDS here, children stunting. We have one of the highest rates of stunting of children, and therefore we would appreciate any form of help towards fighting these battles for the welfare of the people of Toro.
Just end by this. He did say in his speech, if there were some mistakes in far as the arrangements of the sports galas was concerned, as the premier of this kingdom, what's your commitment to rectifying those mistakes so that in the next edition we don't see a reoccurrence of the same?
No, the mistakes are not as much as that should be so talked about. Football is an emotive sport. And you find somebody says, this one is not from this Saza, it's from the other Saza, and the results must be cancelled. Sports, especially soccer, comes with controversy because the people are motivated. It's an emotive game. So there's nothing really that happened, but people conflicted and disputed the game the way it was adjudicated, and therefore we are going to have the final. We have postponed it. We shall have later on. So it's not a big deal, really. Sports is a controversial game, you know that. Yes, especially soccer.
Thank you. Well, that has been the Prime Minister of this kingdom elaborately giving us the details, of course, what has been achieved in this journey of 29 years as the king himself, His Royal Highness Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru Rukidi the fourth reigns, and on your screens there is the Queen Mother Besti Kemigisa. Yeah, she has been at the forefront of bringing up this kingdom, nurturing it single-handedly as a mother when the king was still very, very young. But the good news is that indeed he has delivered, she has served this kingdom, and that's why very many people of this community celebrate the person of her, because she has moved by all the waves, but she was not scared. She stood alone and indeed brought up this kingdom and the person of the king whom we are celebrating today as we celebrate this Empango of this year 2024. I think as if there's nothing much more to show. For the rest of the activities which are going to be done here, we shall capture them and at least relay them on our subsequent news bulletins later on in the day. I want to thank whoever has been watching us from every corner of the country, that indeed you have done us great, but I think we have done you great as well. But tomorrow again you will receive a live broadcast of almost the same celebration from Jinja, Obusoga sub-region, where the Chavazinga will also be hosting hundreds of his subjects to a very colorful event at the Chavazinga's Royal Palace in Igenge tomorrow on Friday, 13th of September 2024. It is going to be a very busy week, but we want to say thank you for keeping it on UBC, and on behalf of UBC, I sign out. I remain Robert Onyango from Fort Portal City, the tourism city.